Hello folks, this is Aitanacha from InspiredRise.com, and today we are going to talk about the OnePlus Nord smartphone. I'm going to showcase a detailed unboxing as well as review for the same. So guys, stay tuned till the end. So guys, let's first start with the unboxing for the OnePlus Nord. We had the 12 to 56 GB variant in the blue color, which is really good, and let's just open it up and see what all you get inside the smartphone. This was the official Amazon retail unit. So inside you get the smartphone first. The first thing that you will see about the smartphone is the fact that it is a very handy device, and a Nord feels really premium in the hand, and it has a Gorilla Glass back as well as front. And just remove the stickers and everything else in order to get the whole feel of this device. It weighs just 184 grams, has Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the front as well as the back. On the left hand side there is the volume rocker, at the bottom there is the USB-C port and the speaker grill. On the right hand side you get the priority alert slider along with the power button, and inside you also get the TPU cover for this one along with the welcome letter, which houses a lot of important stuff. And you get the SIM to ejector tool inside along with a lot of Nord stickers and a membership card for the Red Cable Club. So all of that is pretty good for a lot of users. And inside you also get the fast charger for this one, and the TPU cover for this one had a very distinct different design which I personally liked a lot. And inside you can see that you also get the Warp Charge 30T on the inside, which charges this smartphone really quickly, and I had no issues during my time with the smartphone. Every time I was able to charge it really fastly. Now let's talk further about the built-in design. One thing that I liked about this phone was the fact that it was really handy. It comes with a 6.44 inches Fluid AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate and a HDR10 Plus certification, but certainly it's no flagship display. When we compared it to the OnePlus 8, we found that the Nord did not have that much dynamic range, but still the overall feel for the smartphone and the usability does make up for the kind of shortcomings that it does have. In terms of network speeds as well, the Snapdragon 765G present on this one with the latest Qualcomm 5G modem does make for great network speeds. And apart from that, it's a dual SIM smartphone with no support for a microSD card slot. If I talk about the Oxygen OS experience, I found it to be amongst the best in terms of usability, etc. I didn't feel the difference between a 8 series chipset on the flagship OnePlus models or the 7 series chipsets on this smartphone. So that was something which made me fall in love with this smartphone and its performance. But there were some issues when you are playing some really heavy games. You will see that the FPS is not that great, and if you're somebody who's going to really push the smartphone to its limits, you will see that a lot of options which are present on other smartphones which have better CPU and GPU combinations are not present on this one. It comes with a 4115 mAh battery on the inside, which supports 30-watt fast charging. You get up to 70% charge in just 30 minutes. But if I talk about my real world experience with the battery, I feel that the standby battery optimization is really great, but the real time drain for the smartphone is not optimized well. So what happens is that if you're using normally like me with just basic social media usage and all of that stuff, you'll easily get 1 day plus battery life. But if you're somebody who's going to game a lot or do heavy stuff, then the battery won't last that long. Let's talk about the cameras. It comes with a 48MP f1.8 main camera sensor, an 8MP ultra wide sensor, a 5MP depth sensor, and a 2MP macro sensor. There's a 32MP f2.5 front camera, which is pretty good, and an 8MP ultra wide front camera. And overall the camera array on the smartphone is pretty good considering the price point, and I felt that the camera did beat some other cameras in the price range very easily. The footage taken from this camera was pretty good and sharp. There's OIS on the back camera. The front camera shoots up to 4K 60fps videos. It's really good for vlogging and all of that stuff, and with Gcam I was able to get pretty decent pictures at night as well. And Gcam mod runs properly on this smartphone. Even with the default camera application, you can get some pretty good pictures out of this smartphone. The ultra wide lens also for this one works pretty good, but in really low light conditions the ultra wide suffers a little bit. But apart from that, I was not disappointed with the camera at all, and the kind of shots I got from this smartphone's camera made me feel that it's one of the really good smartphones in this particular price segment. We also did a OnePlus 8 versus OnePlus Nord comparison on our Hindi channel, Inspired to Hindi. So if you look at the samples over here, you'll find that the OnePlus Nord had superior image processing compared to the OnePlus 8. But when it comes to the flagship level high dynamic range videos, it can't shoot that. That's why the background in here in this particular video is really blown out. The max brightness in outdoor conditions for this display wasn't really that good or impressive, so that's something which you will see only on flagship smartphones. Apart from that, the kind of features that you get with this smartphone are pretty good. The kind of integration that Google provides with the OnePlus Nord is really good. I could see it in Chrome browser as well. There's an option to send links to your OnePlus smartphone. I did that and I instantly got a notification on the Chrome here as well. So that kind of integration I haven't seen on a lot of other smartphones, particularly in this price segment. Network reception and 4G download speeds on the smartphone are also particularly good, and here's an audio sample that I recorded from the internal microphone of this smartphone. So here's a track sung by me, composed by me. I'm done every day without all love. So the internal audio captured on this smartphone was also pretty good. Now if I talk about this smartphone as a complete package, I found it to have almost everything that I needed for a great smartphone experience. For sure there are some issues, there are some kinks, and it's not a complete flagship smartphone by any means. If you're somebody who's going to buy this smartphone, you would be able to only buy the 8.28GB version at best, or maybe the 12/256. The 664GB version is not even available yet, and for a high price of around 25 to 30,000, this is not a smartphone that I would recommend to everyone. But if you want a glimpse of what premium experience on a budget looks like, this smartphone is definitely the one. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and do subscribe to Inspire to Rise for more awesome tech videos like this one. And guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise.